The next control we're going to look at is the scroll bars. There's a vertical and horizontal scroll bar in Visual Studio. What I'm going to do is add a text box to our example screen here where we'll display a value. Now they've removed scroll bars from the common controls here, and so I have to go under all Windows controls to find them. There's an H scroll bar for horizontal scroll bar and a V scroll bar for vertical scroll bar. They both work basically the same. I'm just going to grab then the horizontal scroll bar and show you how to use that. So I'm going to drag it out and make it a little bigger. Scroll bars have a min and max value that you can set. So if I want to go from, let's say, 1 to 10, I can set that. They default from 0 to 100. You can also set the minimum size and maximum size changes when you click on them. But for now, I'm just going to set the min and max to 1 and 100. And then the last thing we're going to do is change there's also, like I say, small change and large change. I'm going to change the large change to 1 so that affects the actual size of the scroll handle, so it's smaller here. I'm going to double click on this to get to the event. There's a scroll event, so H scroll bar 1 is the name of a scroll bar, and there's a scroll event. And then I'm just going to set the text box value here. And I'm just going to grab the scroll bars value also. So the scroll bar has a value attribute, which is an integer. If I want to save that to text, I just have to make sure I convert it to string. And use that method call. So now whenever I scroll with the scroll bar, it should put its current scroll value up here. So again, I can scroll with the scroll bar, move left and right. And again, here it goes from 1 to 10. I could also switch it by default. It goes from the min value goes from 0 to 100, and then there's something called the large change, which is 10. So if I use those values, it'll go from 0 to 100 here, and small change is what I do here. When I click inside the field, that's a large change. So here it's going by large changes, which is 8. It's also that sets generally the width of the actual scroll handle that you use. You can, those are the main features. You could also set this up so like, if you change a text values amount, you can actually set the scroll value amount and back and forth. But for now, we'll just look at this where when we drag the scroll bar, it actually saves that value in a text label or something else. So that's the basics of the scroll bar. The vertical scroll bar, again, is just vertical and works basically identically.